BC2 now?
This is BC2 at
so some of our native
Wrwp
wild.
575.
Our coyote fox.
Now this is actually split up into two. We have most of our samples are taken up at the bridge, but up there the water is so deep that we would have had to use a boat electrofishing unit. So we did our fish samples downstream farther. But this is good to look at anyway because this actually at normal flow levels has a really nice development. There is a riffle upstream there, which narrows quickly afterwards into a fast-flowing run, and then about 5 feet farther down from there, the water depth is about 6 feet deep, as opposed to about 1.5 feet everywhere else here. So you have riffles, runs, and pools. Probably the best development of any of our sample stations. And we were talking earlier about how you want to have the most diverse community possible to absorb either background nutrients, typically non-point source pollution, and diverse communities are going to be stimulated by diverse habitat. So this is going to be one of our higher quality sites. That little bar there gives you a pretty good idea of what the substrate is like here. You can see it's mostly large gravel and cobble again. You can see it fairly well here. And that's basically due to the fact that since this stream is allowed to flow in this manner, it's fairly stable. It's able to carry most of those sediments away. And that's going to do, what that's going to do is it's going to greatly increase the number of species you find here, not just fish, but macroinvertebrates also.
There's one of those down trees.
Mm-hmm.
Does the park land through here do anything to the adverse to the quality?
They didn't take most of the trees out, but they did take a lot of the shrubbery underneath. I couldn't tell you exactly how big of an effect that's going to have, but the fact that they left the trees is the most important thing. So that is good that they at least have left the trees here. That's going to help it remain stable.
So you're saying trees can actually stabilize a bank and prevent it from eroding?
Absolutely. If you look here, where you can see the root wads. These tree roots, as they grow out like that, they're actually holding on to that bank. So instead of eroding further around, it's going to help create that pool. It's going to hold it steady right there.
Yeah, maybe it's going to fall over.
If you widen the area, if you take the trees out and you make this area wider, what it's actually going to do is it's going to make this flow shallower,
right?
And it's going to find those trees. It will erode until it gets to those trees, and it's going to do the exact same thing. So essentially what you do is if you take the trees away, what you're doing is you're guaranteeing that the soil from the river to the tree line is going to be pushed into the river.